The date is April 2024. I am sitting on a sailboat in Marina del Rey.
The same sailboat I lived on for 6 years while I built Tom's shoes.
Blake Mycoskie is an entrepreneur, founder of the popular shoe brand Tom's.
From the outside, my life looks perfect. I sold my company, I have tons of money, I have 2 beautiful children. I live in a wonderful house in one of the best neighborhoods. People see me and think, that guy has it all figured out. But I don't. I have spent 47 years trying to solve the wrong thing. But I am someone who spent decades believing a lie. The lie is simple, and it's everywhere. The lie says, you are not enough. What actually saved my life was this. I'm Blake Mycoskie, and this is my Genius Talk. Now, I'm not a therapist, and I'm not an expert on depression, but I am someone who spent decades believing a lie that nearly killed me. The lie is simple, and it's everywhere. It's in our schools, our workplaces, our social media feeds, and at our dinner table conversations. The lie says, you are not enough. But if you achieve this, if you earn that, if you become successful enough, then maybe, finally, you will be. I believed that lie my entire life. I chased it through failed startups and then successful exits, through building a company that changed millions of lives. And no matter how much I achieved, the lie stayed with me, whispering louder and louder until it became a scream. What I eventually realized, what actually saved my life, was this. What I experienced wasn't just personal, it was cultural. We live in a world that has trained us to measure our worth by what we produce, by how much we earn, by how many people know our name. And when we inevitably fall short of that impossible standard, we don't question the standard, we question ourselves. If you've ever felt like you're not enough, if you've ever looked at your life and thought, I should be further along by now, this talk is for you. Because inside this talk is what no one ever told me. It is what I wish I had known back then. Let me take you to Argentina, 2006. I'm 29 years old. I'm sitting on a farm outside Buenos Aires with a cup of coffee in my hand, and I'm watching children play in a field. They don't have shoes. Many of them can't go to school because schools require shoes as part of the uniform. Some of them have infections on their feet from walking barefoot in soil contaminated with diseases. And in that moment, an idea downloads into my brain with absolute clarity. I want to start a shoe company. And for every pair I sell, I can give a pair of shoes to a child in need. 1 for 1. I returned to the United States with 250 sample pairs stuffed into duffel bags. I start selling them out of my apartment in Venice Beach, always showing someone the picture of the child that will get the other pair. People make fun of the style of shoes. They say they look like karate slippers. But then the LA Times writes about us. By the end of that day, I have over 2,000 orders. But the funny thing is, I only had 160 pairs in my apartment. That was the first of many supply chain problems to come. Within a few years, Tom's becomes a global brand. Celebrities wear them on the red carpet. Vogue features them in their most important issue. AT&T spends $30 million on a commercial telling my story. By 2014, Tom's is valued at over $600 million, and we have given almost 100 million shoes to children in need around the world. And here's what I told myself the whole time. This is it. This will finally make me feel enough. But it didn't. The achievement changed my circumstances. It changed my bank account. It changed the opportunities that came to me. But it didn't change my worth or my personal view of it. Trying to attain enough is a trap. The goalpost will always be moving. There will always be another milestone, another level to unlock. And when your identity revolves around what you've built, losing it means losing yourself. In 2014, I sold 50% of Tom's shoes to Bain Capital at a $625 million valuation. I stepped back from daily operations. I told myself this was a good thing, that I was scaling impact, that I was taking the company to the next level. But something started to shift inside me. By 2017, I'm feeling the first signs of depression, but I don't know what that is or what that means. By 2019, the company is struggling. Revenue is decreasing. We're carrying $300 million in debt. And in December of that year, our creditors take over the company through a debt restructuring. Bain Capital loses their stake, and so do I. I walk away from Tom's, and suddenly I have no purpose, no structure, no meaning. And I did everything I could to fill that void. I moved my family to Costa Rica. I bought my dream house. I took up adrenaline sports. I stayed busy. I gave more money away. I tried to distract myself in every single way possible. But the question haunted me. Who am I when I'm not the founder of Tom's Shoes? And the truth is, I didn't have an answer. For a moment, let me flip the question to you. Who are you when you're not achieving? If you lost your title tomorrow, if you lost your company, your job, your recognition, who would be left? Would there be a person there or just a resume? For people like me, and maybe people like you, stopping feels dangerous. But I found it's the only way forward. Let's go to December 2024. I'm sitting in a therapist's office, and he gives me a prescription, but it's not for medication. He says, for the next 40 days, I want you to meditate twice a day for 20 minutes. And I want you to repeat one phrase. I am enough. I've always been enough. I look at him like he's lost his mind. After 7 years of struggling with depression, almost taking my own life, I have tried everything. Pharmaceutical medications. I've tried every type of therapy possible. I've been to treatment centers. I've done ayahuasca ceremonies, and literally every healing modality you can imagine. And now he's telling me to sit still and repeat a single sentence? I think this is crazy. I don't think it'll work. I want real solutions, but I'm also desperate. So I do what he says. And let me tell you, the first week was torture. I sat there repeating the words, and they felt completely hollow. I don't believe that I'm enough, and I sure don't believe the words coming out of my mouth. They sound ridiculous. The second week is even worse. I want to quit. My mind races. I check the clock every 30 seconds. And by the third week, I'm completely annoyed. All I can think is, this is not working. This is a waste of time. And then, on day 28, something shifts. I don't know how to describe it except to say, I felt lighter in my body. Like something inside me that had been clenched for 47 years finally just released. The words that had felt hollow for the past 3 weeks, I am enough, I've always been enough, somehow felt true. Not intellectually true, not conceptually true, but true in my body. True in a way I had never experienced before. A few weeks after my breakthrough, I go to India. During my struggle with depression, I met another entrepreneur who had also struggled. And he said his trip to India really was the thing that turned it all around. I had been already feeling better with my I am enough mantra, but I felt that I needed to honor this commitment to go as part of my healing journey. In India, as I spend hours meditating and listening to the teachers, something becomes crystal clear. I am not the only person who suffers from not feeling enough. And I realize that these 7 years of suffering wasn't meaningless. It was actually preparation for this very moment and this realization. At this moment, I realized that you can't help others from an empty cup. You have to heal yourself first. You have to do the work, to sit in the stillness and confront the belief and the practice of enoughness yourself. And then, when you're ready, you can turn around and offer that same gift to someone else. In January of this year, I launched We Are Enough. It's a reminder. It has started as a set of 2 handmade beaded leather bracelets. One bracelet is for you to wear as a daily reminder, and the other one is to give away. Because enoughness is meant to be shared. And 100% of the profits from We Are Enough go to mental health organizations. Organizations like NAMI, Active Minds, Project Healthy Minds, and the Kevin Love Foundation. These are organizations that are transforming and saving lives every day. My partners in this are people who've also walked this path. Kid Cudi, who's been open about his struggles with depression and suicidal thoughts. Kevin Love, the NBA champion who had a panic attack in the middle of a game and chose to speak publicly about it. Young Pueblo, the poet and meditation teacher who's dedicated his life to healing and presence. Victoria Garrick Brown, the former athlete who's become a powerful voice for mental health. We're all carrying the same message. You don't have to earn your worth. You already have it. And you don't arrive at feeling enough and just stay there. It's something you return to again and again. And so this is meant to remind you. This bracelet reminds me every single day. And every day that I share it with someone else, my healing continues to evolve and grow. So, if you're feeling like you're falling behind, like everyone else has it figured out, and you're still struggling, you're not alone. If you've achieved everything you thought you were supposed to, and you still feel empty, if success didn't heal you the way you thought it would, it's not because something's wrong with you. it's because you were chasing the wrong thing. If you're exhausted from trying to prove yourself, from working harder, achieving more, giving everything you have, I need you to hear this. You don't need to earn your worth. You already have it. You are enough, not because of what you've done, not because what you'll do tomorrow, but because of who you are, right here, right now, exactly as you are. Enough isn't some place you arrive at. It's something you practice. And today, right here on this stage, I am practicing.